have my days that I really cry for my parents. I have my days that I really don't want to do things, don't want to get out of the house, don't want to do stuff. But how I handle it is what is important. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your Babe Antoinette. Thank you so much for stopping by today. If you're new here, then thank you so much. I love and appreciate you. Welcome to the farm. And if you're the oldie and goodie, you guys already know you're the real MV to that hey, okay, and that's on period. By any chance you get to see that dead plant, just pretend like you're not seeing it. Just pretend, please pretend. I've been procrastinating for the longest time. Now, oh, I'll take it down tomorrow, and it's still there. But just pretend, okay? Let's just pretend you're not seeing it, and let's get right into this. This video is inspired by a couple reasons. I know lots of people are battling with grief, lots of people are battling with depression and all of those things. And the second reason is because I always have compliments. Like, I have people telling me, oh, like, how do you do this? How do you handle all of this? I mean, knowing everything that you've been through. So if you're new to my channel, for a quick backstory, 5 years ago I lost my mom, and then last year September 2021 September I lost my dad. Excuse that sound, it's the air freshener. So and also excuse the fan, like if you're hearing some wind, that's the sound of the fan. I'm sorry, I just have to. So for a quick backstory, I lost my mom 5 years ago, and then I lost my dad last year September 2021 September. So you know, I've just been through it all. I've seen it, I've been there and all that. So because of that, lots of people are always curious to know how I managed to, you know, get back to life, do the normal things, get into the rhythm of things, and do all of the things that I used to do, you know, before all of that. And to some point, I honestly don't know how I do it. To some point, large extent, it is grace. Okay, that is the number one thing. It is grace. So those are the two things that inspired this video. Okay, and I would like to go into the very first thing that you need to do if you're battling with grief, and that is accept the situation at hand. So we normally battle with acceptance. We have denial going on, and we're like, okay, I don't want to believe that this is really happening to me, because I'm just special. Okay, I'm special, so I can't believe that I just lost my mom. Even till date, some days I wake up and I'm like, let me just pick up this phone and call my mom, let me just pick up this phone and call my dad, and there's something will just tell you, babe, chill, let me embarrass yourself, your dad is gone. Like, the sad reality when it hits, you are like, you know, something will just pinch you and be like, no, there are no more. It's a very big battle on its own, and the sooner you accept things, the better for you to heal. Because if you're still in that state of saying, no, this cannot happen to me, then each time you have the sad reality pushing itself into your face, then it hurts. The sooner you accept that this is me, this is how I'm going to be living. I mean, if you know me, or if you've been on this channel for a while, then I've talked about my story of how I was only with my parents for like the most part of my years on earth. Okay, I only left in 2013 when I wanted to go to, when I don't know where that phonetics is coming from. I only left in 2013 when I wanted to go to the university, and so all of my years I have been with my parents. Okay, I was a parent's daughter. Okay, not a mommy's girl or daddy's girl. Both of them, I was like this tight with both of my parents. I go disturb this one, what I go to daddy, I'll just be like everywhere, dancing for my mom, dancing for my dad, reading with my dad, you know, listening to all the stories, dancing to Don Williams. It was just that kind of vibe until I went to university. Okay, so me losing my mom in 2017, it was a hit. Like, what is this? So I struggled with acceptance. Just believing that it has happened was very difficult for me. And then when I lost my dad, it's the same thing, and some days it's super difficult. So you first of all need to know that you should accept the situation, and that is the only way that you're going to heal, when you accept things for what they really are. The fact that people fantasize, about everything, some people just don't want to believe that this is the reality. You see lots of things going on and you feel like, okay, that is how it should be. You watch movies, you listen to motivational speakers, and you believe that life should be a bed of roses. So when you are hit with things like that, you struggle to accept them, and then you don't get to heal if you don't accept the situation. You've got to sit down and look at yourself in the mirror and be like, okay, I don't have all of these pleasures that people are enjoying, so this is my life now. I mean, when I graduated, I was there at that stadium looking at other girls, with their parents, with their moms, and mine was not there. And I remember all of the plans that my mom and I had for the graduation, so it was really, really hard for me to accept. I mean, looking at other girls with their moms, taking pictures and all of that, I was like, it was the hardest thing for me to understand. And then when I see people post on Facebook, like that was the difficult part. Okay, when I see people post on Facebook on Mother's Day, wishing their moms well, doing all sorts, taking generational pictures, how they do it. The great grandma is at the back, the mother is there, the girl is there, her daughter is there. It's just a whole lot. I've seen all of those things, and these are things that I wished to have with my parents, but then my reality is I cannot have it. So the sooner I accept that, it will be easy. It's like letting yourself out of prison, to be honest. The sooner I accept that, it would be easy for me to forge ahead with other things. Okay, let me just do other things then. Since I can't have this, do other things, better my life and grow, So the first thing is to accept. The second thing is forget about the what ifs, maybe, the what ifs, all of those things. That when you lose someone, that is when you start thinking, oh, maybe if I did this wouldn't have happened. All of those thoughts, I had them. Like, I used to think like that. I mean, do all you can now when you have your loved ones by you. But once they are gone, when they say, when they are gone, don't beat yourself. When you fail to understand that this was beyond your control, I honestly believe the issue of life and death, there is little or nothing that you can do about it. I mean, we can just do our best, but then we can't stop what is going to happen totally. Okay, so I mean, I ran mad when my mom was admitted at the hospital. I ran mad when my dad was admitted at the hospital, but I ended up losing them. And then yet still, after they died, for example, when my mom died, I was like, oh, maybe we should have done this. Maybe this would have helped. Maybe this would have helped. Maybe I had that going on for like so long. I remember we moved her twice. Okay, she was admitted at the Adra hospital at Waterloo when she first had the attack, and then like 2 days later we moved her to Blue Shield. I don't know if Blue Shield is still functioning, but then 2 days after, we saw no improvement, so we decided to move her to Blue Shield, and then she died at Blue Shield hospital. But when we went there, my brother was like, no, since they are calling all of these things, that means they can really, because it was so expensive. They were like, this is what you have to pay for her stay at the hospital per night. This is what the cost of her treatment is, blah 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 blah. It was so expensive. But guess what, my brother was so happy to foot the bills, because in his head he was like, that means this is going to work. And I believed, okay, that means this is going to work. They are going to be able to help her. They are going to be able to, because it's expensive, blah, blah. At the end of the day, we lost her. So just imagine, with all of that, I still think maybe if this was done, that wouldn't have happened. If this was done, that wouldn't have happened. But then I've come to realize that the issue of life and death is little or nothing that we can do. We just do our best, run around all you can, try your best. But when it's done, at the end of the day, don't beat yourself, because there was nothing that would have helped that situation. Another thing that has helped me is the memories I have of my parents. So just thinking about the life that I spent with them, in as much as that sometimes can be the reason for you to cry. But then and another thing again is you should cry if you want to cry, but know how to come out of that situation. Okay, that is just a quick one there. Crying is really necessary, so if you feel like crying, make sure you do, but be very fast to come out of that situation. Don't let that crying drag. I don't know if you've experienced it, but I have. When you start crying, there's something in your head that keeps telling you, continue crying. So you just go on and on and on crying, and then your whole day is ruined. You're sitting there doing nothing because you are crying. So if you feel like crying, it's good for you to cry, but just be sure to get out of it as soon as possible. So in essence, don't let that cry control you. You are supposed to be on top of situation, and cut it off if it tends to be too much. Just cut it off. Otherwise, you're going to start having negative thoughts, and that will lead to something that you will not like. Okay, so be fast and be in control to get out of the situation as soon as possible. And another thing is, keep the memories alive. If you have good memories of that loved one, then those are the things that you need to think of. Just think about life with them, what you achieved together, the things that you did for them, and all of those things. And those are the things that you're going to hold on to. Another thing that you need to know is you are not alone in that situation, because I know what grief and depression does. Like when you're in that mood, you think no one else is going through it. You're just the only person that is unlucky. What is wrong with me? I'm the only person. I mean, that person is thriving. This one is doing things right. This one is happy. It's just me. Why should it be me? Why should it be me? I'm the only person. You're not the only person. No. Life is unfair. Life is not unfair to you alone. No. Life has been unfair to other people. It's just your own time to experience it. It's just that time that you have to deal with it. And how you do that and come out of that situation is what shows that you are a hero. How you handle it is what makes the difference. Another thing that you need to do, this is very, very key, is pray. Prayer is very important. Like, this may sound cliche to you, but this is really, really important. Prayer is very important. You need to pray about what you're going through. I don't know about you, but for me, prayer has helped me. If you are in a mess, if you are in a very bad situation, you are depressed, just try prayer. Like, when you are done praying, you feel like a burden has been taken away from your shoulder. You feel like somebody just lifted something away from you that has been like your burden. If you've not tried it, then you should start now. When you finish praying, like, you feel that relief that you cannot get from no book, that relief that you cannot get from no motivational speaker. That is what you feel, like that peace that comes with it. It has worked for me. Talk about it when you're ready. So I'm not going to say it's a must for you to talk about it, but just talk about it. And as much as people are going to say it to some other people, the fact still remains they have shitty things going on in their lives that they are not talking about. So if you're scared, if I let this person know that I'm in this traumatic situation, if I let this person know, they are going to gossip, they are going to talk about it. They will definitely talk about it, and there is no assurance that that counselor is not going to talk about it, because people have family members. Even though it is wrong, totally wrong, if you are a professional counselor or something, for you to take someone's matter and talk about it to somebody else, it is totally wrong. But that does not change the fact that they are still going to talk about it. But just accept the fact that you don't care if you hear it somewhere else. Okay, you just don't give a hoot about it. If they want, they talk about it all they want. Just don't care about it. Just know that the person that is going to gossip about your matter is going through shit, and they are forgetting to talk about their own matter. Okay, but just don't care. If you have to take it out of your chest to have freedom, to have peace, do that as soon as possible. Don't die in silence. Last thing I would like to mention is the fact that you need to get busy. And if you have something that you love doing, something that you enjoy doing, this is the time for you to indulge. Okay, go into it. Do all you can, do all you want to do, but don't do drugs. Just don't do drugs, because someone will say, Antoinette is telling me to do all I can to make myself happy. Do everything, but don't do drugs. Don't get yourself drunk, because at the end of the day, when all is said and done, when you take that drugs, when you take that alcohol, you go to sleep, when you wake up, your problem is right there. waiting for you. Do the things that give you pleasure, give you happiness, and all of that. I shared my story on this channel. Before this time, I was a very reserved person. I mean, I'm not too dull, I'm not, you know, I'm not like introvert, but I'm just open to people that I know, people that I'm used to. Before this time, I was always that person that was at home. As long as I'm not going to church, I'm not going to the market, I'm not going to school, I'm at home, because the people that I really love, the people that are really like my favorite people, were always at home with me. I mean, after school, my dad is home, my mom is always at home. I was missing nothing, so there was no point for me to be going out. Like, I can literally count how many times I went to school sports. Like, I missed all Thanksgiving, all prize giving. Even at the university, I was not going to outings and all of those things, because I used that opportunity to stay at home and ball and then just be close to my parents. Okay, when I lost my mom, I started going out often and trying to mingle with people, because why not? Like, why are you keeping yourself at home? Go out, meet people, experience things, start doing things to get yourself happy, and don't wait for someone else to make you happy. The happiness comes from within. Make it a conscious effort to be happy. If you're not happy, if you don't have happiness from within, no one is going to be able to make you happy. I just got the urge to talk about this because I feel like people see me, like some people really think I'm that superhuman, but honestly, the truth of the matter is I have my days. Okay, I have my days that I really cry for my parents. I have my days that I really don't want to do things, don't want to get out of the house, don't want to do stuff, but how I handle it is what is important. The fact that I try my best to bring myself out of the situation. So people think, oh, it was just easy for you to snap back and start going out and start doing things. It was never easy. It is a conscious effort that I'm making every day of my life to be happy, be me, and know for sure that certain things that other people are enjoying, I don't have. Okay, that is just it, fam. And if you've watched this video to this particular point, let me know what you think in the comments below. Let's learn. Okay, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much, guys, and until my next video. Before I leave, let's just crush on my eyebrows. My eyebrows, I did it. My edges, I did it. My edges, I feel like eyebrows is that one particular thing that I really like. I don't do perfectly, but I really do it to some point. Okay, my eyebrows are not that bad, but any other thing that concerns makeup counts me out. But like for the eyebrows, I think I tried. Okay, and of course my edges, I did it. You know, the fear face. Anyways, I don't know where this is going, but I mean, I hope you learn a thing or two from this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.